What I do is in my domain. What happens is in God's domain, the universe domain. God alone is the true judge. God alone has true power. That intelligence is running breathing, cell division, immune system right now. This needs to be clear. This needs to be remembered. This needs to be noticed. This is the primary knowledge. All the vital function on which I depend, starting from cell division, digestion, blood flow, to the intellect, working of the brain, everything is being run by that same intelligence. In the last video, we talked about few steps: relaxed breathing, relaxed body, fully experiencing the body, fully noticing the surrounding, paying attention to each sense object, noticing color, texture, shape, naming them if needed. And we talked about realizing that I am not the thinker, I am not the dreamer, I am the witness, I am the awareness. I am aware of the nighttime dream, I am aware of daytime storytelling, daytime narrative. I am not the one who is actually doing the storytelling, and I am not a character in my own story. I am the witness. What we did not talk about is how to get established as the witness, how to practice being a witness. And this can be quite tricky because our natural tendency in the daytime is to identify with the story and think of ourselves as a doer, as the real thinker, real storyteller, and take responsibility for what we did not do. We did not create the thought that we ourselves realize to be dysfunctional, painful, false, partially true, useless, toxic, undesirable. Once we have determined that thought to be toxic, painful, we are not creating it by our own way, with our consciousness, attention, and intention. It is happening. The brain's auto program is running it. How can we identify that? How can we separate ourselves? How can we understand who I am, the awareness, the witness, and who I am not, a character in my own story, the story, or the storyteller? We can take the approach of a scientist, or an accountant, or a surveyor, or somebody who is doing live telecast of a match, of a sporting event, or a reporter. Become a reporter to ourselves. Become an accountant to yourself. Start watching all thoughts that arise with the purpose of documenting them. No need to change them, no need to stop them, no need to call them good or bad. Simply watch them with the purpose of noting them down, documenting them, numbering them. Do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. See how many different thoughts you get. And your goal is to just write them down. Once you start, you might note that you are not thinking anymore. Once you become present, aware, once your attention is there, automatic. But this is not going to continue for long. Your attention is likely to, and then you are going to have a thought. And then that thought will stop, will take a break, and again you are going to become conscious, present, aware, and you will find out that I thought is actually not correct statement. A thought happened, a thought occurred. Brain simulation ran, brain storytelling ran, and it generated one thought, and I became aware of it. Because you did not really do it, there is no need to take responsibility for it or to blame ourselves for it or to feel guilty about it. Simply note down what thought did I get. Note it down verbally or document it on paper. And then wait again. Wait like a scientist. Wait like an observer, like a surveyor, like a doctor. You are simply observing. You are simply trying to understand what is happening. You are not trying to stop it. You are not trying to speed it up. Watch again. And each time you watch, thoughts are going to stop for a while, as long as you are neutral. If you want them to stop, they won't stop because your desire is going to give fuel to them. It is going to drive them. If you call them good or bad, they are not going to stop because the process of judging, process of calling something good or bad is itself a thought. So by doing it for as long as you can, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, we can identify what witness means. Once, once we identified what witness is, what awareness is, we can cultivate the practice to stay as the witness, stay as awareness whenever possible, as long as possible, without making it another thing to think about, another thing to stress about, another thing to become anxious of. Whenever opportunity arises, and the opportunity is going to arise by itself. Everything runs periodically on a frequency, on a rhythm. Even when you are thinking, sometimes you will get this awareness, this break, where you will become aware that you were thinking or thinking was happening. More accurately, thinking was happening. That time, in place of blaming yourself, why did thinking happen, or why I thought that way, or I should not have thought that way, or I thought, simply rest as the witness. Simply rest as that awareness. Realize that you are one who is aware of what is happening. You are the one who is aware of thinking, dreaming, story, not the story, not the dream, not the thought, and not a character in your own story. And then simply rest as long as possible. Half a second, quarter of second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, does not matter. As you cultivate it more and more, automatically it would start strengthening. It would start becoming longer, deeper, because your body, your mind will learn to relax and will learn to appreciate what relaxation is and how it feels. When you are starting in the beginning, your habitual thinking might call it useless because it does not know, it does not understand what it is. But once it gets a good taste of it, it would start cooperating. One more thing to remember, our automatic, habitual, conditioned, repetitive loop thinking, which is actually running pretty much same thinking pattern, same thoughts over and over. One of its program is to tell you that it does not have time. It will tell you that you are always late, you are always running, you are always in rush, and you do not have time to take half a second of break, 1 second of break, 5 second of break. And if you believe it, you won't be able to relax. It won't let you relax. But if you examine it, that belief, that thought is false. And examining it is not difficult. In the night time, you go to bed, you sleep for 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. So you have taken 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours of break. If you can take 6 hours of break, 8 hours of break, 10 hours of break, where you are not worrying about your job, your finances, your spouse, your children, you can certainly afford to take half a second, 1 second, 5 second of break right now, and pretty much anytime. And nighttime break that you take is not useless. In reality, it is vital. If you do not do that, You might go mad. Your immune system might fall. You might become sick. That is critically important for your rest, for your vitality, for your good health, for your intelligence, for your brain. Daytime break, this 1 second break, this 5 second break, this 1 minute break is same way vital. It is important. It is far more important, far more crucial than your repetitive loop thinking, in which you think the same thoughts over and over, the same thought that you have already had 100 times before. There is a quote that definition of insanity is to keep doing same thing over and over and expecting a different result. By that definition, this loop thinking, this habitual thinking that repeats the same thought over and over is actually insane. It is not really serving any intelligence, creative, useful, or productive function. So, by creating this gap, by taking half a second, 1 second, one breath, two breaths, simply to relax, simply to witness, you are doing yourself a great favor, just as you do yourself a great favor by resting in the nighttime, by taking time to sleep. And just as nighttime sleep is vital, daytime break, daytime relaxation is vital. And it is going to improve your mental health, physical health, your calm, your peace, and your sense of well being. Thank you.